Warning, this channel documents illegal medical marijuana grow. Everything is solely informational and for documentation purposes. The 420 Grow Tent does not encourage any illegal activities of any kind and is not suitable for all ages. So if you try this at home, it's your ass, not mine. If you are over 18, you're okay. If not, please do not watch this video. Come stop by and let's get high.
What's going on YouTube? Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to the show. So I just got home from work a little while ago. Did a little IG. Now I'm over here. And I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's having a good morning. I'm just doing my morning wake up, wake and bake, fucking dabs. That's where I'm at. So this quartz banger with the built-in insert. The little lip on the inside that pulls the smoke. Thin bottom, so it's more of like a cold start bottom. But it cleans out really nice. Works really well on the caps. Really fits it well. For being one of those lighter caps that like makes it fall over, it's like it's in there good. So that's what we're at for that. Let's grab a dab and dab a do. Yeah, that one's empty. I got more. But that one's empty. Ooh. Good morning. What up, what up? Links there if anyone wants to join. Just chilling. Alright. Guess not. Well, I'm gonna dab it up. I'll catch whatever's coming up in a bit. I guess. Alright. Dabs in the front. Right there. Right. Cap on top. Directional flow aimed towards the dab. Alright. Torch on. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Ooh, that was a good one. Fucking doozy on that one. Whew. This new slide today as well. All right. Cheers. What up, man?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Hanging in there. Just woke up. I went to
Right
bed
on.
about 1:30 last night.
I
watched Gutfeld with what's his name last.
Yeah, I'm just still up from last night. I worked.
Shit! No way. Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
no,
Yeah,
I
that's
worked
what Darlene just said.
Yeah, I work nights, so I got home a little while ago. So
Good way
like,
to unwind.
well, no one wants to go straight to bed when they get home, so there's my dilemma.
Right.
What?
The other day I noticed I saw you on there and you had the full panel the other day.
Oh yeah, fucking the other morning, yeah.
As you start getting more regular, people are starting to realize you're there.
Well, I was gone for a couple of weeks, and it makes a big difference. When you're gone for a little while, people fucking disappear.
Nah, I hear you.
They find new shows to hang out at, man. People got to move on with their lives, right? So it's just the reality of the beast, right? If you're not there, they're gonna find somewhere to hang out.
Exactly.
And then, it's not their fault if they have a good time over there, and they're happy there now. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
I was surprised we were the only ones on Rob's stream last night. It was only me, Rez, and Russell. We were the only ones on Rob's stream last night. But when they did Gutfeld was an hour early last night. They changed his hours.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Fucking, I don't know. It's YouTube hasn't been the same since the lockdowns got lifted, because during the lockdowns, this place was fucking bumping. YouTube was bumping.
Right. Well, people actually have lives now.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, people went back to their normal lives. I get it. But I'm just saying, like, it was a lot of fun. Like, there was tons of people on all the time fucking hanging out. It was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
I came late to the party.
Well, it's all about persistence, right? If I gave up the first time I failed, I'd never get anywhere, right?
Yep.
Some people give up too easily. You got to show up to the fucking show until other people start showing up to the show, right? It's just like a band. Until you get a couple gigs, you ain't gonna have a name, right? So you gotta fucking keep going, even if nobody's there. You gotta be your own audience sometimes. But I have fun either way because I'm smoking pot. You know what I mean? I fucking enjoy myself. I enjoy relaxing, smoking down.
I hear that. I have that cyclic vomiting, and every little while I get sick for a day or two, and when I do, I can't smoke flower. I can smoke vape because it's not as harsh, but it sucks because I can't smoke flower.
Dude, I'm telling you, the little pocket vape is fucking sweet, man.
Oh yeah.
Pull that fucker out wherever you're at.
The only bad part about it is I see so many young kids with them now, man. It makes it too easy for I remember back in the day when we got our hands on a joint, it was a big freaking thing. Now kids walk around with vapes all the freaking time.
Oh, dude, these kids are spoiled. A lot of them, like when these kids mention the word mids, I look at them like, you don't even know what mids is. We smoked some goddamn deplorable ass weed, fucking back in the days, fucking brick packs, fucking, every once in a while you'd find like one of those little anoles in there or a fucking frog or some shit in the brick. Fucking, these motherfuckers are smoking high grade everything. The fuck?
Oh, I hear you, man. Back in the day, I remember dirt weed Mexican.
Yeah, the shit smelled like gasoline and fucking basement, and fucking we still loved it.
Freaking hey, you were just happy to have it.
Dude, it's so fucked up that we all turned into weed snobs too, though. Isn't it fucked up, right? Like it happened, like we've been there though. They've never even been there. So when they try to tell me something's mids or this or that, I'm just like, you don't know what the fuck mids is. Mids is
I don't smoke I never smoke just weed. I very rarely. I always put shatter in my weed. So there is no such thing as mids to me anyway. Our homegrown is like the best shit under the sun, especially when you add some freaking thing to it. I got spoiled on our stuff because she ended up with the 5 plants. We ended up with 3 pounds. That's why we gave this shit away for Christmas.
It's crazy because
screwed on wrong.
Fucking I get so much more stoned off the shit I grow than the fucking stuff, anything that I bought. Because honestly, like even the dispensary weed, because a lot of that stuff, it just puts me to bed. It doesn't even I don't even get there. I'm already tired before I even get the full peak of the high. I don't know what it is. Either it's too strong and I'm just like going to sleep before I can ever feel it, or all that fucking numbers and bullshit on it are completely false. And the shit looks pretty, smells pretty, but the high has no, to me, a lot of them, the high has no duration period of more than 20, 30 minutes. You're high, and then you got to smoke another bowl, or you're not really satisfied with the bowl that you had already. You're just should I smoke another one? It was pretty expensive. You're having this whole moral debate in your head, and it's just like, fuck, dude, let's get high, man. And I don't know, it's not necessarily for me, and not all homegrown is right for me either. You know what I mean? It took me a while to find the right stuff where I'm happy now. You know what I mean? I need to get high for real, not fucking a little bit, not buzzed. Fucking, I want to be high 2-3 hours if I smoke a bowl.
Yeah.
And that's what this medicine is providing for me right now. And that's what I need.
For me, it's to get rid of the pains.
I just want to be ripped. You know what I mean? If I smoke, I want to be able to go somewhere, get there, still be stoned for several hours once I'm there, noticeably high, where other people can tell I'm baked. You know what I mean? Kind of stoned, fucking, low fucking, like,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm getting off my stuff. That's what I remember when I smoked weed, as a kid. That's what would happen to me. Those are the effects I want. I don't want these fucking like little like um, pretty ass fucking weed that's supposed to. They're saying it's so much higher in THC, but I don't know. I don't feel like it is necessarily.
I
Um,
that's the way I am. I don't feel like it's like it used to be. But then again, our bodies, we're older, we're so more used
oh,
to
dude,
it.
it's not true, dude. I'm telling you, you got to get your hands on some shit like this, man. I'm telling you, you'll be like, whoa, man.
I get some of the best stuff out of the dispensary, some Deep Six, and it still doesn't do it to me anymore.
No, dude, it's not the best stuff. I'm saying the homegrown this fucking purple kush, or my fucking or the purple punch that I mixed it with, or like the stuff that I used to grow at the beginning, fucking is way better than any seed that I bought, way better than any dispensary weed that I bought. Like I'm saying, I have some really good genetics, but fucking, it's not like fancy stuff. It's, most of my best stuff is my cushes. You know what I
Well,
mean?
the thing is, they had me on pills for so long, heavy duty stuff, like 240 milligrams of freaking Oxycontin on top of 30 milligrams of Vicodin every single damn day for a decade. I mean, when you're on that stuff, this stuff doesn't do probably anything. It took me a while to get used to just
No,
using this thing.
I was starting to believe the same thing, dude. I was really starting to believe the same thing, and then I stumbled upon the good shit again. I'm telling you, it's still there. It's just most of it's watered down bullshit genetics. I'm telling you, it's still there. You just gotta find it.
Oh, I believe you.
I, fuck, like I said, I gotta get these seeds done. Then I'm gonna make some FEMs, fucking, and then I'll have some available. But I mean, fuck, dude, this stuff. More people need it, dude. I'm telling you, because it's good. It's actual real medicine. It's not fucking bullshit.
Right. We gotta hook up sometime. Then once you get your shit growing, because you're about 2.5 hours away.
Dude, you see me? I'm fucking blitzed. Like I'm fucking high, dude. Like it's not. I'm not faking this. Like my eyes are fucking red. Fucking, you know what I mean? They're low as fuck.
No, I believe I've seen you after a good hit just zone out.
Dude, but I smoke the other stuff. I just want to go to bed. I'm just like this. You see it. When I smoke that dispensary with like trying to wake myself up. When I smoke my shit, I can sit there and chill for hours. I'm fucking lit though. I'm just fucking faded. That's the way I want to be. I want to be faded. I don't want to be sleeping. I'm not trying to go to bed.
Right.
You can't enjoy it if you're asleep. My friend Kyle's dad has some really good weed too. Fucking his stuff doesn't taste as good as this. He's got some really old school stuff. Fucking this shit looks like fucking dirt, man, but it gets you ripped, man. I'm telling you. He's been growing it for over 30 years too. So fucking it's some good shit. It doesn't have the like bag appeal that everybody's like, wow, but fucking you smoking it,
Back in '85, when I went to Porter and Chester, my lab partner that sat next to me, he used to grow. I went home with him one day and he said, "Here, take me for a ride." And he goes, "Pull over here." He gets out of the car with a couple of garbage bags, and he comes back with a garbage bag stuffed. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" He goes, "Nope."
Oh fuck, man! I'll show you what I got right now. This is the mail I picked. I had a little bit of a lighting issue, but I figured it out. I'll show you what I got so far. This is 2 weeks old from seed.
Oh, Hang on a minute. Hey, Dar, you got to see this.
You saw him at Seedlings like a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah. She went and put the cat out upstairs. When she comes back, I'm gonna have you show that again.
That? Can you believe that?
That is fantastic. I love how wide and spread out it is, man. It's bushy as hell.
This is the auto. This is the auto male I'm fucking selected. This is the new breeding male that I'm gonna use. It's my Purple Kush. It's an F.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an F2. I'm going back to the F2s. I'm remaking the F3s.
Wow.
Remember, I told you I lost size on the F3s.
Right.
This is an F2. That's why it's bigger.
That is crazy.
Like I said, this thing's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tops from topping it one time.
See, she doesn't do that, man. She never tops it. And that's the point I have to show her. Is that where you bend them over like Rob was doing? With the
no, I actually cut my top right off. See, right there in the middle. Bang.
Oh, no shit. And then two grow out of where you cut it?
Yeah. So it depends on the plant. You got to watch them. But as soon as you see the first 2 hairs on an auto, I go down one node and I chop off the top. So what that's going to do, now it's got to re-push to start the flowering process. So it's going to stretch again one more time. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going straight into flower, it's going to stretch again, and then it's going to go into flower. So it's got to push those flowering tops again. So I'm pushing it back like a week or 2. But each time I do that, you know, on an auto, like it fucking, you can push them back and they get bigger. I'll show you the females. And these are the phenotype number 1s. These are the ones I wanted to work out. That is, I'll show you the plant. This is the mother. She's a gorgeous auto. Hold on.
I just realized this is on tape. I can show her later on.
Yeah. I keep my videos. Unless I get porn bombed. But you know what I'm saying. This is the mother. This is the mother plant. Fucking the seeds came from this auto.
Wow.
Like, look at that, dude. Isn't that fucking awesome?
That is beautiful.
Fucking solid purple plant. Fucking big ass buds. That's an auto flower, dude. Come on, man.
We haven't done auto flowers yet.
Dude, but I'm saying that's impressive, right?
Yeah, no, it's gorgeous.
Like I'm saying, like, look at that thing. It's like 2 feet tall, and it's just solid weed. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm saying,
like that's got to give you about 3 ounces.
I got 3 ounces off this plant, exactly. So what I'm saying is fucking, and this is the phenotype number 2, the other plant that I planted. I'll show you the phenotype.
She got 3 ounces off a plant of each of those 5 plants, but they were outside and they grew to be taller than her. They were about 7.5 feet tall.
There's another Purple Kush auto.
Holy shit! I can't wait to show her this video.
Dude, aren't those dope, man?
Yeah, they are. That is crazy.
Yeah, like everybody's like, "Oh, autos suck." Yeah, I started to think so too until I found these. Like I said, these are my fucking pride and joy. I mean, if I can get back to producing yields like that on the autos again. So like I said, I lost some size on the F3s originally. I've selected a new male, like I said. And like look at his arms. He's got the stretch in it.
I can't believe how far it's stretched out.
You see those arms? Fucking, oh, man. like I said, and it's not even in flower stretch yet. It's gonna fucking go up even higher. And check out the ladies. There's two just like this. Fucking check out the ladies. Fucking.
You can keep females and males in the same house, and they don't.
I'm breeding.
Mm.
I'm doing it intentionally.
The males don't turn your females male.
No, they don't turn them male. They pollinate them. I'm producing regular auto seeds instead of feminized regular auto seeds.
Right.
So off of these regs, I can make as many breeding operations in the future as I need. And also, I can make the feminized ones that everybody else will want on the next round.
Do you ever do clippings and make another plant out of clippings?
I've never cloned my autos.
You never cloned them?
Someone said they did, and it just became a big old bud like this. They just stuck one of my, like, they just chopped a big branch off and fucking threw it in a rock well and fucking cloned it. And they said it became a big old bud, but that's it. It's not a photo period. It's not gonna, but you know what? You could always take one of these regs right here, and you could breed it to a photo. And you could take your favorite photo and breed it with my auto and create something with some big massive buds and some real nice potency, and you'll have a fast version that will sex for you really quickly. You know, within the first few weeks of its life, you'll know what it is, so you don't have to waste your time with it. It'll show you male or female. And these genetics have been running for 3 years. They're super stable. As far as like male, female, there's no problems. I just get males and females. I don't get no harms. Never have. Like, look at all the tops on this female, fucking. And I have 2 of them like this. So these 2 are going to be pollinated. So I will have more of these seeds. Like I said, they got stunted in the tent downstairs. They keep getting stunted, so they're shorter. The ones upstairs are like this tall. You get what I'm saying? So if these were upstairs, they'd be even taller. It's the same genetics. So if you grow it in a different tent, it's gonna get bigger. It's because I don't have very much height, and I got a lot of intense light going down on them. So they're dwarfing out, but yeah, but they're good as plants. But I also see the strong ones, you know, that way too. Like, you know, which one's got the bigger? I think there is one other male that I'm gonna have to kill off on the other side, but it's phenotype number 2. I want the phenotype number 1 because I want the purple gene. Like, dude, you can see it. It's even got a tint in its leaves already. That color, you see it?
Oh yeah, it's showing right up.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
This thing's a fucking beautiful plant. And then the ones on the other side that are doing really well are the new F1s crossed with Purple Kush, crossed with their F3 Purple Kush crossed with Purple Punch.
Ooh.
So they're F1s. They're F1s, and they're doing really nice. And the first time I ran them, that's what I'm smoking right now, and it's some phenomenal smoke. Really good weed. It's really good weed. I did, because I did the crosses the last round, and now I'm doing back breeding. Then I'm going to do the feminizations. So I sacrificed a lot of bud and seedless crops just to make sure I have fucking good genetics to breed with. But like I'm saying, like off those F2s, man, I was breeding them, completely de-seeding them and pressing them and still getting 3 drippers like off a fucking quarter. of fucking seeded weed. Like after I take the seeds out and I'd squish them. So I was pulling like beautiful golden rosin off the fucking same shit that I was pulling seeds out of. So this plant just presses nice. I'll show you what the press I did earlier. Fucking shit comes out. Fuego.
Oh damn!
Yeah, this stuff comes out beautiful. Yeah, it's auto weed, man. It's fucking just pouring out of there.
Holy shit, that's wild.
Yeah, that's flour, man. Not hash press, flour press. That's autos. So don't talk shit about my autos. They're fucking great. 1,200 plant rooms for rent over here. Per wire, per people who soil wanna move. Fuck, man. Dude, that sounds awesome. I think I'd probably fucking lose my mind though, because if I had 1,200 plants, I'd probably become like Doctor Strange, man. I'd be like fucking in my laboratory all day long. You guys wouldn't see me. I'd be like, you know? Can you imagine? Fuck. There'd be some, but the other thing is, if I run that many plants, can you imagine how many fucking seeds that'd be to deal with if you did a breeding room? Holy fuck. You'd have to section the room off, right? So now you're talking about walls. Fucking, you're going to want to partition it, right? Lost in your jungle. Oh, dude. Imagine 1,200 of those fucking autos ripping. Dude, that'd be the fastest turn and burn. Oh, fuck, man. I gotta show you more pictures, man. Fucking, this stuff comes out fucking gorgeous. But yeah, man, like my photos, like my original photos, like all my photo periods, these are the ones I created at the beginning before I started buying other people's seeds. These are all shit that I made.
They're gorgeous.
So, like, I'm saying, like, everybody's like, oh, I can buy better seeds. I'm like, where? So I don't see them looking like that. I bought plenty of seeds. They don't look like this. Fucking big old gardens looking like that. Fucking big foot long colas on everything. Fucking nah, man. Look at this shit. Fucking out of this world looking shit. Pretty ass plants. This one, my Batman. That's just fucking crazy. Or my Dark Knights. That's shit. Fucking. Some of the Trop cookies. Digital Dream. See that red one? See the red one? This is the one I regret cutting down. This is the one I regret giving up. This is my Moltres. This is the best photo I found. This shit was fire. Look at the fucking chunks on this thing. You'd grow a plant and just have big old chunkers, like just covered in rock. Look at that. Compared to the green bud, fucking right next to it. Just pretty. That was my favorite photo.
I give up.
I also like this one a lot. My purple cream, which Chris turned into the purple cream cheese. This was a beautiful Pinot right here. Fucking beautiful purple. But yeah, fuck, man. Oh yeah, fuck. That's what I was saying. I was gonna show you the fucking buds. There's no, not that. What the hell? I guess I can't right now. I just gotta show you the weed.
Even after all we gave away, we're just ending our. Actually, we probably still have enough for a couple of weeks of our stuff, but we just started getting dispensary stuff again because we re-upped our licenses.
Oh fuck yeah. There's some good charts right there. Big ass buds.
That is nice.
I can look at the quality of that shit, man. They fucking, oh man. Like I said, the fucking, the buds from this round are fucking awesome. I can't wait to do more, but like I said, I had to do some other stuff too. The ones I have going upstairs, like I said, are the Fruity or Fino. Couple of them got slightly maimed, but yeah, somehow my daughter broke in and fucking threw a pot on top of one of them and fucking smashed it, and then she ripped some branches off another one. So a little annoyed, but it is what it is. They restarted. You know, they're gonna heal up. They'll be all right. I'll get what I get. But shit happens, you know. Fuck. You know. And then I have these ones down here for breeding. A lot of them ended up being males on this side. So I reset seedlings. The other tent upstairs is fine. It's growing good. Like I said, they're taller upstairs. Same brand of lights, just different models. But they're stretching more vertically. The lights are at the same height. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Every tent seems to be growing different, regardless if the lights are the same or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just each, I guess they're all different shapes, right? Different reflecting, you know, I don't know. Probably different par based on the shape of the tent, you know, different things, all different factors that I'm not really putting into play, but, you know, probably slightly different temperatures, you know, slightly different environment, you know. The ones upstairs seem to be taller.
We're getting nervous about mold with all this goddamn rain we've been getting.
Well, that's what I mean. Oh, outdoors?
Yeah, ours are outdoors. You put them all outdoors.
Fuck, man.
I bought a couple of fans that are.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Hit them with those big old turbo fans, fucking.
Well, I got a couple battery fans that work really good, and I'll put them out there once it stops raining.
Yeah, just get a little airflow going in there. Try them out. Yeah, man, fucking very important.
I needed better fans to breathe so that I'm not on the oxygen. So when I saw how good this was, I said, you know what? I bought a second one. They last about 6-8 hours, even on high.
Oh man.
And this one, by trial and error, I found one that works on. It doesn't have a regular charger. It's got USB-C, so I have
Okay.
batteries I can plug into it, and like double the time on it. So I could leave it in the field for 12 hours, and it'll run for 12 hours on high.
Hell yeah.
Set and forget. Put them on oscillate.
Oh fuck, man. Yeah, I got the fan blowing straight at me, but I'm using the stand as like a block to block it enough so I can still do my dabs or light my bowl. Oh fuck. But yeah, man, like it's crazy. Like we'll see how.
I miss the days that I can't smoke regular weed now. I kind of got spoiled after this last year.
Oh yeah, it sucks, man. Like even the stuff you think is like, everyone else is like, that shit's amazing. You're just like, oh, I've grown better, you know. Like it's funny, like we're even picky. We're like we like go down to like, you know, going through our crop, right? We're like finding the absolute best of crop, right? Or like everything else is trash. It's fucked up.
I know. Really... I have a hard time doing straight dabs anymore. It messes with my chest, so that's why I do it. My way of getting away of doing it is by having her put chunks on the weed for me. So at least this way, it's not as bad. And not only that, but then it makes the weed 10 times more potent.
Oh yeah, well, fuck.
It smokes great in a corncob pipe, man. That thing smokes forever.
I don't know. I like the dabs like both ways, but it definitely makes a bowl last longer. That's for sure. But I don't know. There's something to the dab as well. But like I said, if it's too hot, it's just a fucking nightmare. So I like to do I like the cold start. You know, dabs better in my opinion. I mean,
well, we were doing. We got one of the dab rigs, and then we started using the honey straws, and then I bought that electric thing, which Darlene almost killed herself on. She almost put the wrong end in her mouth, and she would, man, if I didn't see her at that time, she never used it after that. They made very personal, expensive gifts for certain people.
Oh yeah, like fuck, man. Like I said, the e-nail, that's the other thing. Like the e-nail is good and bad, right? Because you know the e-nail is good because it keeps the banger hot all the time, right? The bad part about the e-nail, unless you're gonna do like a soft dab, right? You're gonna always burn material onto the e-nail banger because it's hot all the time, so it has no cool down. So as soon as the stuff hits the banger, it's gonna erupt, right, into vapor, right? So once it erupts into vapor, whatever is left behind is gonna burn to the banger so quickly because it's been hot for so long, right? So unless you have it like at a low temperature and you're doing like low temp dabs anyways, which a lot of people don't like because you don't get the big clouds, right? So if you're going to use it, just ingest medicine at like I'm saying you put that thing at like 450, you know, put a fucking little glob of wax in there and just slow vape it, right? That'll work, you know, and you won't burn it up. But if you turn it up any higher than that, you know, anything higher.
my daughter had a dab rig that was electronic. You didn't have to fire it. And man, I'll tell you, I borrowed it for a weekend, and then I gave it back to her because I got so high off of that thing, it felt like I was doing crack.
You're like, take this away from me.
Oh yeah, because what I thought was a couple of hours was a couple of days. It's like no, I don't need that shit. I don't need to be in a coma 24/7. I was that bad when I was on the meds. I mean, I literally lost a decade of my life.
Oh, I'm not trying to lose a decade of my life. That's not the plan. No, it's just fucking, you know, I like to smoke. It relaxes me.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I started smoking, I've loved it. I've never wanted to quit smoking weed.
I gave it up for 20 years. As a matter of fact, my 20th year, I got my coin, and it was in a March, and then in April is when I got my damn license and smoked again for the first time. That was 2015 when we became legal over here.
I never really gave it up. Like, that was the other thing that, you know, probably kept me more sane than a lot of other people. Like, even during like my bad times and my other drug use, like I always was a stoner still. So like, you know, I always liked weed more, which, you know, probably kept me from like going like over the deep end and like ending up dead, you know. But, you know, I had some close calls, man, like everyone else, you know, but it wasn't normally from the drugs necessarily. It was more like circumstances. Like I put myself in some dangerous ass places, you know. I wasn't like overdosing, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just in really bad neighborhoods hanging out with, you know, bad situations, you know. But fucking, you know, I prefer just smoking weed. It keeps me in a better place. And I don't like that shit anymore either. It's all nasty fucking bullshit anyways. I don't know. Like I guess when I was done with that shit, I was just done. You know, I haven't really looked back or been like missed it at all or anything.
That's the way I am. The past is the past, man.
Yeah,
I'm more than happy with just smoking this.
All right, now you go.
You know, I don't glorify those days, man. They were shit. Yeah, this thing's fucking working out good. The little cold start. I'm keeping it clean. It's not burning on there. And I get a nice, quick fucking combustion because the glass is thinner at the bottom and it's thicker on the sides. Right where you need it, you know, as long as you hit it with a good flame for a few seconds, that shit starts to go wild. It cools down quickly, though, so you got to relight it, you know, a little bit. But so you're not actually burning it, but, you know. I got quite a few hits off those big blobs. You know, it's not just vaporized in 2 seconds like a lot of fucking, you know, when the banger's way too hot. I'm saying I would only get like 3 clouds off the other one, you know. If it got so hot, it would just burn off the rest of it itself. And it'd be stuck to the banger. Because the other one holds heat in the base, you know, this thicker base on the banger. It's fucking, you can't win. Like they're difficult to keep clean. That's all I'm saying. Like those bangers, you gotta learn how to use them correctly, so you're not fucking turning them black every time you use them. That's all I'm saying. It's a pain in the ass. But you get it right eventually. You can't overheat it. But yeah, I got my bong with my flower too. Fucking cheers.
We both said cheers. I just sent your 4 pictures to your Instagram. The one she just took it from the outside plants.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I can't wait to see that, man. That's going to be sick. Fucking, I
I'm
wish
loving
it. Yeah, they're probably growing really well. Fucking all the rain.
They are, but I got to watch out for mold.
That's what I just told them. That's why I bought the fans.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, but you know, get them dried out, they'll be fucking rolling another one. Hell yeah. See, like, I don't even think it's fucked up. Like, I don't even think my number means anything on my channel. Because I'll have people talking in chat, I'll have people hanging out, and, like, you know, sometimes it won't even move, or there'll be people in here talking and it still says 0.
Really?
I think you know, a lot of my ideas are pretty, you know, anti-establishment. So I think that's probably why I'm just blackballed in general. Fucking, you know, I think I've just said too much crazy shit online, and they're like, they just fucking intentionally don't share my shit. You know,
Right.
I think like I'm just YouTube blackballed. You know, probably Instagram blackballed too. You know. You can definitely tell, like, dude, if I was screaming heart liberal, dude, I'd be all over the place. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You know, that you know what they're pushing, you know. It's crazy, but I swear, like, everything's connected. It's fucking bullshit, man. You know, and then other channels, they thrive, but it's like, I think the fact that, like, I have so much cannabis on my channel too, they really don't like. There's multiple reasons, you know. Plus, I've been reported a million times because of that whole fucking war I had with Hamilton, you know, a couple of years, like year and a half ago or whatever the fuck it was.
Hey, Jimmer, if you're still on it, you're not the same Jim that hangs out on Rob's stream, are you? You mentioned Thailand.
Oh man, fucking.
Trying to figure out if that's the guy we talk to all the time.
But yeah, it's crazy, man. Fucking. And then, yeah, you just hear crazy stuff. Like, you didn't even do anything, and you hear this, like, ridiculous shit. Like, and it's just, you gotta have thick skin. That's all I can say for this shit. I mean, you're on the internet. You're putting yourself to the world, right?
Yeah. Well,
you gotta expect some blowback sometimes.
it's morning here, Jimmer. So, yeah. So it's probably what, nighttime there?
Well, it's morning here.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where over in Thailand.
Oh,
5:11 p.m. You're 23 hours ahead of us, I think.
that's
no,
crazy.
11 hours.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, he said 5:11 p.m. There. Yeah, I just asked Google. I mean Alexa.
Morning, Jim.
Good morning, Jim. I'm fucking baked.
You know what? Good for you. Yeah.
Did you work all night?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I did.
when are your feet?
Yeah. But I'm not a quitter, you know. These 20-year-olds, they're tired all the time. They're such pussies. It's fucking crazy.
Back when I was working back in the early 2000s, I worked down at IBM. I worked 16-hour shifts, 3 of them. And I swear to God, these guys come in here for an 8-hour shift.
I'm not saying, you know, none of them work hard, or they don't have bursts of energy where they work hard for a couple of bits just to get through it. But as a general rule, they quit pretty easily. They fire off at the mouth. They have little meltdowns, because they were all told to express their feelings, which really doesn't pay off. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, like, literally, like, I watched these kids, like, walk out of work and, like, still not get fired. Like, how does that work? Because, like, I know I'd get fired the first time I did it. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's like they just look at them and then they look at me and, like, I'm not going to get a slide on something like that. But I guess if you're a kid, like, they have a lower expectation for the younger generation. That's all I'm saying. It's clear as day, and it's really fucked up. It's like there's a different set of rules. Like, if you're that generation, like, you just get a pass. Like, I don't know. Like, it's fucked up. But, like, they're like, no. You grew up before all that bullshit. You're not getting away with that crap. I swear, like, it's how they act. Like the managers and shit towards you, like the older ones, they're like, nah. You're not gonna act like them.
When I got my first factory job in 1977, you busted your ass, and I made $1.35 an hour.
No, what I'm saying is, they still got me working like a horse. And these kids can fucking, like, no call, no show. Like,
oh, I hate that, yeah.
And there's, for like a whole week, and they still got a job. And I'm like, dude, if I did that once, you'd fire me. One time. All it would take is one time. Because I know better. Because if I'm going to be 5 minutes late, I call. You know what I mean? So if I did that, it would be out of character, and I'd immediately get fired. They fuck up all the time, so it's almost like expected. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they're expected to fuck up, so it's okay. But if I fuck up, like, they're like, "Come on, man," It's just like, ugh, like, it just irritates the shit out of me because it's like there's definitely a separate set of rules. It's like they're on my back, you know what I mean? And they're like, they're afraid to say anything to these young kids.
You're like the last generation because you're probably in the bracket. My kids are 39 to 45.
Yeah, I'm 36, man. I'm the last generation of the kids that got their ass kicked when they fucked up.
Yep. I hear
Yep.
that. Yeah,
And,
I've seen young kids.
I'm the last generation of kids that feared the older kids, feared their parents, and actually, said the Pledge of Allegiance in school and had a fear of God. These kids are all fucked up, and I swear, like, they're not afraid to go to hell. They're really not. They're like, it's like what they're teaching them is just fucking crazy. Like, you just gotta be like, what the fuck, dude? And then, half of these kids don't even know what they are. You know what I mean? They got them so confused. You know what I mean? It's fucking nuts.
I don't know where all this transgender stuff comes from. I mean, that has exploded in like the last year. They've been pushing it so hard.
Dude, there's such an explosion that, like, it's like a normal thing I see at work now. Like, people coming through the drive-thru, men dressed as women. Like, I'm just like, are you fucking serious? Like, yeah, we're all getting a chuckle backstage, but fucking, like, it's becoming a normal thing. Like, fucking, it's everywhere, dude. It's crazy, and I'm not mad at people. You can do what the fuck you want with your life, but you can't expect me to take you seriously. You can't. Like, I just can't, man. I'm sorry. It's just like,
I can't call a dude a chick, and I can't call a chick a dude. I just can't do it. I'm from a different generation.
If I can tell from across the room, then everyone else can too. And they're lying to themselves if they say any different. You know what I mean? So I don't know what.
Politically incorrect now.
Yeah, like I said, I don't say anything. I just chuckle to myself in my
Right.
head.
Exactly.
I'm just like, all right, because I don't want to offend. You don't know who you're going to trigger in the room, so you just don't say anything.
This is the first generation I've ever seen. I just feel bad because it seems like there's a lot of confused people out there now.
I think it's intentional, and I think it all is connected to population control. And I believe exactly what Elon is saying, that there's not a population problem as far as too many people. There's a population problem as far as too little people.
Right.
Like, look at all the inhabitable land that's just empty. And they're telling us there's too many of us. Yeah, what, in the city? Yeah, but there's plenty of room to spread out where everybody could have their own land.
It's not a matter of population
they
to put
wouldn't have
people.
to pay for it if it wasn't for our government,
It's a matter of having enough growing
Remember
area.
originally, after World War I and after World War II, they were supposed to stop the taxes and all this other stuff. And then after COVID, they were supposed to reduce taxes back. They never go back.
No.
They never go back. Once they get the money and once it starts coming in, they never want to give it back. It's just more funding for them.
Same way with programs. That's why they pushed to start all the programs they did.
Yeah, because they just want to take more. They want more. The taxes are too low. They want to take more. They want more. Every single party wants more money. You know what I mean? You can't disagree with that. Both parties want more money from us.
Well, my point with all that shit I was just talking about is they're showing more and more kids that are getting butchered. They're giving them puberty blockers. They're lobbing off their peckers. They're locking off their boobs, and then years later they're regretting it.
Remember what I was saying at the beginning? I said, all these people that got vaccinated, I said, not all side effects are immediate, right? And from what I hear, there's supposedly supposed to be quite a few people that die off from the vaccine between now and 2028. So they're saying that they're predicting, huge numbers of people to drop from the vaccines within the next few years, which is what I said right at the beginning. Was like, don't take it. There's going to be long-term side effects. You see, it was like a mass culling. It's like everybody that took that shot took a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
And they don't realize it yet because it hasn't gone off.
Hey Jim, I don't know when was the last time you were in the States, but these teachers now, if a kid even hints that they want to become the opposite sex, they help them do it without telling the parents now. So the parents are completely out of the loop.
Yes,
That's what screwed them up is when the parents started seeing the classroom through the computer and started seeing the shit that they were teaching them. That's when all hell broke loose.
Yes, and they're gonna allow these kids to opt out of their parents' houses at 12 years old in California if they're not comfortable with their parents' surroundings.
Yeah, it's getting crazy.
They can go live in a house where this culture is more acceptable. All right, and who's going to be running these houses? Let's get down to it, right? Pedophiles, we know it. You know what I mean? Nobody good. You know what I mean? We know what's going to happen, right? Then there'll be a whole nother issue coming from that in the future, because it's not going to be the right people working there. It's always going to be sickos, right? Because that's what it is. It's all about sickos, acting like everything's okay and everything's normal, and we should just accept everybody, and it's okay to like younger people, and it's okay to no. Where do we draw the line, right? That's the problem. They're trying to demoralize you completely, so there is no line.
All my friends and family that have passed, I felt bad for them and how after all the crazy shit I did, I'm still alive. But you know what? I feel like I'm in a living hell when I look at the way this world is.
I feel bad for? You know who I feel bad for? all those World War II vets that are still alive that went to war and did all this shit for this country to watch it turn into this.
Exactly.
Watch it turn into this. What the fuck? What the fuck, right? They're looking and going,
They're all turning over in their graves. The ones that are
well,
dead.
the ones that are dead and the ones that are still alive are saying, what the fuck? You know, what the fuck is going on? They don't understand a damn bit of it. Even like our parents.
I'm only 60 and I don't understand it.
Right,
My
I'm
father
saying
was a World War II.
my mom, my dad, fucking, those people are like, what the fuck is going on? And you know, they're not even entertaining it for a second.
Right.
You know, there's no entertainment of it. And the ones that are just clearly like naive, you know what I mean? And they're just trying to be like accepted by everyone else, you know. Like I said, I have no anger, no animosity towards anyone.
No,
But I'm not
right.
I'm not going to completely demoralize myself just because everyone else thinks it's a good idea.
It's like the Emperor's New Clothes.
Like
That's what it reminds me of.
I don't go to church every week so I can toss my morals out the window. You know what I mean? Like it's like I have things that, you know, like I deep down don't agree with. You know what I mean?
Right.
Am I gonna treat someone badly because they make those choices? No. But we all know right and wrong, right? And we need to stop pretending that we don't, you know, and that's the problem. Like we're just like, you know, overlooking, you know, known evils and just saying, oh, it's okay, you know, because we don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
The part that gets me is all this acceptance, but then if you can't accept it, then you're the bad person. It's like, no, you're putting something on me.
They can't accept you. That's for damn sure.
Exactly. It's like reverse discrimination.
Yeah. You're supposed to accept, but the biggest party that talks all this acceptance doesn't accept or tolerate anyone that doesn't agree with them. You know what I mean? Like literally.
That's the way this world. I swear to God, ever since I watched what was it? Not Fringe, Stranger Things, and the Upside Down World. I swear to God, in the last few years, that's all I keep on saying. We're in the upside down world. Something happened and we flipped upside down.
I got no problem with nobody, right? You're allowed to believe whatever you want, but I'm not going to sit there and agree with you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like, you know, so I've lost like actual friends over this shit because people are like so stuck in their ways and they expect you to just like, oh no, you got to agree with me, man. It's like, no, I don't. You know, all those movements and all this protesting and all this other shit, it's fucking stupid. We never had a race problem growing up.
That's what it is. I grew up in the South Bronx. There was no such thing as race.
There was a little tension, but not to the extreme that it is now, right?
Well, it was. It was really bad in the 60s, and then the 70s came along, and everything was chill. I mean, I grew up I was probably only one of maybe.
Well, but what I'm saying is like it you know, me growing up, right? There was no issue, right? There was no issue. People joked about it. People made jokes. People said dumb shit, right? But there was no real issue. Like, you know, we didn't have people like having race wars in the streets, you know. But, you know, they're actually creating actual animosity towards other races right now. And they're doing it intentionally.
Oh, yeah. Because as long as we're fighting against each other, we're not fighting against them.
And we're not paying attention to what they're actually doing.
Right. It's like, don't look at my right hand, what the left hand is doing.
This guy's a bigot. You know? So you're like, huh? This guy? What did this guy do? You know?
Right.
And it's like,
Jim, that's the way to live. The way you're doing it is right. And not only that, screw you, you're in paradise.
Yeah.
I see when you walk around in the morning when you show that stuff, man. But I can't complain because where I live in the Berkshires, I'm in the middle of nowhere up on my property.
Oh fuck, man! Like I said, I got a couple neighbors, but they're quiet. Yeah, it's a very chill neighborhood. My last neighborhood was a little more hectic, but yeah, over here.
Do you have buildings out there, or are you like single family homes?
No, I'm in a house, but what I'm saying is, they're like we're a couple of houses up from like apartments, but like my other place, like I was in a 3-family at the other place, so we were all sharing a building, and there were a whole bunch of 3 families on that street, so it's a little bit different crowd, and now it's more single family homes, so like you know what I mean.
Where I grew up as a kid, almost every building had 50 families in it. They were 5 stories tall and a quarter of a block long, and they all had 50 families in them. And you'd have about 5 buildings per block.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I can't complain. You know, I'm living just fine. Yeah.
We were safe. I mean, I would go blocks away to play with my friends and stuff like that.
I've lived in the worst circumstances possible too. So there's part of me that, you know, even in a nice place, I never get rid of that full, like, I never fully let my guard down. And
oh no, you can't, because the minute you do, that's it.
Like it's crazy because, like, you know, I've even run into people that like I knew from the street, like out here, like just random, you know what I mean? Just, you know, it's a small world, man. You never know when you're gonna run into someone you know. So it's just like it's crazy, you know, like you try to like relax and like, but you never can chill, man. Like it's crazy, like even going to like, if you've ever lived that kind of life, you can never like fully relax. That's all I'm saying. You always worry that somebody that you pissed off way, way back in the day might just creep up on you. Or the police are still looking after you for no reason just because they just fucking hate you from the past. Or you know, I've definitely probably watched too many episodes of Criminal Minds or fucking, you know, murder mysteries because my girlfriend's into them, even though like I'm not really into them. I've seen them all, and you know what I mean, they're like burned into my head, so, you know, and all the horror films and all that other shit, you know, it probably doesn't help. So the combination of like all that, plus I've been in some fucked up circumstances in the past, you know, that all accumulates into never really feeling like 100% at peace, you know what I mean? Which is kind of shitty, you know what I mean? Like I always feel like I'm like, you know, 80% there, you know what I mean? I'm never truly 100% in it, you know?
I just wish people would be good again. Have hearts and just follow your heart and be good and treat everybody like you wish they would treat you.
I wish people were social like they used to be.
Yeah, COVID killed that.
No, but I'm saying like even before COVID, like technology has killed that.
Right.
Like I miss the days where you used to fucking, you know, grab somebody's phone number and call them, like, you know, and then go meet up and fucking hang. Like,
do you imagine how bad it would have been with COVID if we didn't have the internet?
Oh, it would have been a shit show, and it would have seemed like Hitler Germany. But
everyone's got a cell phone that they text on or talk on. Man, I haven't seen a payphone in like 15 years.
You gotta ask yourself this, right? Were all the regulations, all the lockdowns truly necessary? Because
they proved they weren't. That was power grab.
Even during the Black Death, right? Business went on as usual, right? Because they had to work. They had to make money. They had to continue. Like this whole sitting around and waiting for fucking shit to fucking work itself out literally makes no sense.
No one can prove. No, listen. No one can prove to me. I'd love to see them prove to me that this wasn't intentional. When China allows flights all over the world, but does not allow a single flight to any other part of their own country out of that city, you know that had to be intentional. Because they should have stopped all international flights at the same time they stopped flights all over the mainland China.
If they wanted to stop it, they would have just said nobody's coming over here from China. Nobody. They could have said no international. All they would have had to do is literally say no international flights whatsoever.
Listen to me. How do you have more money for all your programs? Easy. You put COVID patients in with elderly people who are all on Social Security and dragging on the thing. That's the majority of people that died, was people on Social Security. So now they don't have to pay all that Social Security out anymore. That's billions of dollars.
All this money just freed itself up, right?
Man, they sent pallets of money to Iran. I don't want to hear that we have a problem with money.
We sent billions of dollars to Ukraine, which I have no problem with us helping Ukraine, but to the tune of what, $168 billion or more is completely insane. And it's completely frivolous to a war that they cannot win, even with our.
We're not giving any money to any other country until we don't have no one living on the street anymore.
Unless we're gonna literally start dropping troops on the ground, they ain't winning that war. So
we are dropping. That's the problem. We've sent so many troops over to Europe, and they got all people from all NATO countries fighting over there. They say, "Oh, they're freedom fighters. They're not from they're not sent by the country. Those are just personal people that went over there." I think that's a bunch of hog shit.
Well, even if they are, right, it's still costing us fucking ammunition. It's still costing us money, and we're fighting a war that, even with all that, unless we're actually putting our active military into it, all our stealth bombers, all our ships, all our pilots, all our military into it, and still, look how big of a country Russia is, right? Do you think the outcome is that Ukraine is going to win the war? No. So
I differ from everybody. I think they're doing just fine. I watched the daily reports from a guy from over there. He's up to date, like 517 of the war, and he shows each area that they fight in the night before. He comes out about 9:00 every night. I got him pegged so that it flags me when he shows up. And I'll tell you right now, they're doing really good. They got them. I mean, they had such a swath of land in eastern Ukraine, and now it's like a little tiny band. And I think it's not going to be more than 4 months. Jack on here doesn't think so, but I think they're going to take Crimea. I mean, they're cutting off the bridge. Once that bridge is down and they can't resupply themselves, they have to get the Abrams tanks and the F-16s from us, Russia's done for. All they need to do is give them a couple of A-10 Warthogs. Those things are outrageous, man. They would take out every goddamn patrol that they have over there. That's what we used on Saddam Hussein when they were all leaving Kuwait. That line of death, they called it. We used freaking A-10 Warthogs and bombers, right, and strike that whole thing down.
What's gonna stop them from using the nuclear option on Ukraine?
Well, that's the problem. It's getting closer and closer to that. Once Russia feels they have no way out.
Are we really going to start a world war over Ukraine? Or, I mean, you got to ask yourself, if they drop one on Ukraine, are we really going to fire one at Russia? Or is it going to be like another war atrocity
Well,
that,
we might, because depending on where they blow it up in Ukraine, all that stuff, all that shit floats right over. And I mean, there's like 4 or 5 NATO countries right on the other side of Ukraine from Russia. So if all that radiation goes into NATO countries, they're gonna see that as an act of war, and that's when the shit really hits the fan. All these small countries like Poland and all that, they're all gunning. They're so ginned up, ready to fight. It's pathetic.
well, I mean, they've never gotten their opportunity. Really, they've had little fucking fights, but I don't know. I think it's kind of a frivolous war. I mean, the whole point is, if we didn't have a weak commander in chief, it probably wouldn't be happening at all, right?
What kills me is that freaking nipplehead, the biggest talking point Trump has now. All of a sudden,
No, but I'm
that
saying,
Biden said we had to send them.
The only
Biden said we
reason
had to
this
send
shit
them-
happened.
we
The only
have to
reason
send them
it
different
happened.
kinds of ammunition because we're running out of ammunition. You don't tell the world we're running out of ammunition. You never tell the world that.
It's almost like they're, boasting, oh, we're defenseless on purpose.
Jim, you're right. I think that's the first thing that's going to happen over there. They're gonna blame Ukraine for smoking that big ass nuclear reactor, and it's going to be the China syndrome over there. It's going to melt right down and explode.
I mean, if they do disengage it, they got a whole new problem.
I never
Yep.
knew because
I mean,
Chernobyl was in the Soviet Union at the time. I
have
didn't
a
know
huge-
Chernobyl was Ukraine.
I mean, if they have a fucking situation with the radiation, everybody's clearing out. Nobody's going to be helping anymore. Nobody wants to die of radiation poisoning. We ain't fighting that war.
I saw a video the other day. They were showing a bombing run that they did back on Japan. They used 16 B-27 bombers, and most of them didn't make it back. And then I was looking at the new stealth it's the old stealth B-2 bombers. So I did a thing to look it up. Then those 16 bombers were able to hold 3,000 pounds of bombs apiece. So that's 48,000 pounds of bombs between 16 planes. The B-2 holds 40,000 pounds by itself. Imagine if we had something like that back in the freaking day. We didn't need the new nukes if we had this kind of firepower back in the day.
No, you wouldn't need to use nukes. Dude, the thing is, they don't even need the nukes now. I swear, all the big guns are for show, man.
I'm waiting to see them give them a Moab.
I mean,
and blow
we
one of
all
them
know,
up.
we all know they got drones that could take out any target on the planet.
Oh yeah.
So
that
what are
Moab
we waiting for?
bomb is like 27,000 pounds of high.
Well,
The big one is 45,000.
eventually it's going to happen, right? Eventually we're going to have drone wars too, right? Because we're going to have
that now.
drones coming in to take out high targets, right? Programmed to take out high targets, and they're gonna come in and fucking just sweep people's houses.
Everyone's afraid now that Russia's going to end up giving Iran the bomb in exchange for all the freaking drones that they've been giving them. And the minute Iran gets their hands on a bomb, it's going to work its way right to the freaking Israeli border and blow up.
Oh yeah, you know it.
I mean, that's when the shit. Well,
Oh yeah. They're going full holy war on those guys. You know it. It's gonna be
we're back to the 70s or the 60s when Kennedy, the Bay of Pigs. The world is getting. I think the clock is even closer now than it was then. That clock that they have, the doomsday clock.
Well, there's also a prediction that time has just generally sped up, and that we're actually, things are not quite the same as they used to be, and the time is going faster. The days don't just seem shorter; they actually are. I don't know. Be hard to tell. Oh yeah. We got to dump off our old equipment so we can buy new. You know it. You know our government loves to spend money frivolously. And then they have their secret military too. So when they tell you a tank costs $20 billion or $10 billion, they're only taking 3 or whatever and giving it to the tank, and the rest is going to their secret military to fund their other operations that you'll never hear about. Because they do shit in the shadows too. They have shadow government as well. So, we'll never really know what's really going on. Our government doesn't follow the Constitution whatsoever. I mean, they're supposed to know very little of us. We're supposed to know everything that they do, but it's complete opposite. It's completely on its head. And none of it's true, right? They have control of everything. It doesn't say anywhere in the Constitution, if you're a criminal, you can't carry a firearm. It doesn't say anywhere in the Constitution that, you can be taxed to the point where, you have to move out of your home. None of that shit. It's all horse shit, man. They just do whatever the fuck they want. They just make up their own laws, and you got to live with them. Then they pass new ones while we're worried about what happened to the billionaires in the submarine. Like, oh yeah, by the way, we also passed some new laws this week. They'll take away more of your rights. Don't worry about that. Worry about the billionaires that conveniently disappear in the middle of the ocean, freeing up a whole bunch of money. Because what does the government do when it's that much money? They just start seizing it. They don't give it all to the family. They're not passing down billions. You better have all your paperwork correct. It's stab time again. Gotta clean this all. Oh, man. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's a never-ending cycle of money for these guys. They'll never run out. They'll find some reason to tax us for everything. Yeah. Where'd it go? Is that there? Yeah, it is. I gotta put on something in the background so if I can keep me awake. Some the side this time so you can see it. It's not in the front where that other glove is. It's on the side here. It's a big old banger too. This thing's large. It's because it's so extra thick because it has the 2 layers. So it looks like it's like a 35 millimeter or something. It's large. I mean, you could probably put another insert inside of it if you wanted to. They have them. You can buy them and just drop them in. I'm not trying to do all that because then the stuff gets trapped underneath the insert and then it burns. I ain't doing all that. All right. I think you should. I mean, who's stopping you? So like I said, that little rim against the bottom, I guess it's just going to stabilize with the rest of it. Like I said, it goes down nice and fast too. So this thing on it. So I end up having to reheat it, but it fucking works good. You get good tasty dabs. Yeah. Big fresh bowl. Oh yeah. Sorry guys. I said there's like 8 of the purple kush times purple punch phenos that look nice and good, ready to get pollinated. I have less of the straight purple kushes. I'll probably keep a lot of those, but the crosses, which will be new F1s again because they're not. Or I don't know how that works. Because I already have chapter. What? The Bible book of James. Hell yeah. Ooh. That's closer. Fucking baked. Slide it up. Yeah. Gotta see the fucking shit. My vision's getting cloudy. Fucking all high. Alright. Nobody's talking. What happened, guys? Oh, I get it. You're all stoned too. Right on. Cheers.
You got to work tonight?
Yep.
What time you got to go in?
Well, tonight, luckily, 9 o'clock.
How much sleep do you need? I know I only usually get 3 or 4 hours sleep. Darlene needs a full 8 hours.
Well, I didn't used to need a full set of hours, but lately I've been sleeping more ever since I started taking my medication. Going back to like normal, and it sucks too because it like zapped a lot of my energy too. Like yes, I had the hyperthyroidism, so my heart was at a dangerous speed. But when your heart starts to slow back down to a normal pace, you also get more tired because you're not constantly. It's like I was constantly in the rush. You know what I mean? But now I'm like normal. But it is nice to not be like, I still get hot, but like I was hot all the time before. I can cool down now. I couldn't before. It was just fucking brutal. So I don't know. I'm baked. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta work again tonight, and then fucking a Wednesday off though. I'll be excited for Wednesday.
But believe me, enjoy it, because when it's gone, I was telling the guys the other day, I've been out of work since 2002 when I got hurt. So I've been out of work 21 freaking years. I've been out of work since you were, 14 years old? And you miss it every day that it's gone.
Oh yeah, you do, for sure. Well, I used to do construction. I'm doing simpler stuff right now, but it's just like, yeah, it's still nice to like go do something every day. I am tired though, because like the hours are crazy.
Right.
Like it's always at night. So like, like staying up a couple nights a week late is like tolerable, but every single night is rough. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Staying up like past 2:00 a couple nights a week is whatever, but every single night is rough, So
I know. I missed the hell out of it. I missed the hell out of the money. I mean, I loved it. I left here at noon on Friday to start work at 3 p.m. down in Connecticut, and then I worked my 16 hours. Drove to the store, got a grinder, went to my sister's house, ate my grinder, took a shower, went to bed, slept for about 3 or 4 hours, got up and started all over again. And so I would leave here at 12 o'clock on Friday and get out at 7 a.m. on Monday morning and drive home. So I leave at Friday at noon and be back here at 9 a.m. on Monday, and my work week was over, and I got a 48-hour paycheck. I mean, I wasn't making big money like I should have been, but at least I was making close to $20 an hour back in, 2000 from 2000 to 2002. Now IBM is completely gone from where I was working in Southbury. IBM is completely gone from Poughkeepsie, which is where they started. I mean, IBM is so freaking gone. It's pathetic. They're all overseas. Well, I shouldn't say overseas. They're all down in Brazil now. All our people had to teach the people from Brazil would come up for several weeks at a time, and we had to teach them how to do all this stuff. What the heck do you do in a shipyard, Jim? That's crazy, working in the shipyard. Well, you ain't got to tell me. With me, we had to train the people. It wasn't going to Brazil. I worked for the United Healthcare. I ran the United Healthcare database, and we had to teach the people from United Healthcare because they brought it back in-house. So they brought in their own supercomputer and ended up doing it in-house. Oh, that's not bad at all. Yeah, it's a big difference. When I was trying to get a job close to me, like I said, I was making about $20 an hour back then, and overtime. So you kind of get used to the lifestyle, that you always spend more than you make. So anyway, the guy wanted to pay me half of what I was making. I said, I can't live on that. I'm sorry. I found out a little bit after that they took a guy out of the warehouse who was making like $6 something an hour, gave him a raise to $10 an hour. He was happy as can be because now he didn't have to bust his ass. He sat behind a computer and made almost double what he was making. So that job was meant for him. It wasn't meant for me.
Yeah, fuck all that. I wouldn't want to do it. I hate the computer shit. I don't want to do that for work.
I literally gave up computers for years because I got so sick and tired of it. I used to run 3 servers at the house. It's funny. The 3 servers were double processors in each of them. So that was a big thing. I had 6 whole processors crunching at, I think it was 350 megahertz at the time. The one Athlon I have now has 16 cores and runs at 10 times the speed. It's like 4.2 gigahertz compared to megahertz.
It's fucking crazy, I know.
Computers have gotten so much more powerful in the last 2 decades. I mean, your damn phones got more power than the NASA rockets.
Oh, I know. It's fucking nuts. Ah, fuck. I gotta get up and go to this program in a little bit with my daughter. Her program. And I'm like, just sucks. Like, I literally get home at like 3:30, you know what I mean, in the afternoon.
Do you have see? That's the thing I couldn't deal with. Every job I had, basically, most of my life was jobs that I had set hours. Usually the 3rd shift.
Oh, I do have set hours, but it's like I'm working at night, but plus I have my daughter's stuff during the day that I'm doing. So it's brutal. You know, plus trying to live a normal life too. You know what I mean? It's like,
oh, I hear you. Back in what was it? 1999. Or no, what was it? Around 97. I had no freaking life because I was going to college. I had 2 jobs up at the college. One in the public relations, one in the computer thing, and then plus on Saturdays I ran the computer lab for 4 hours, and on top of that I was working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week up at KB Toys to learn their systems, and I started working 12-hour days, and they wanted me to learn it fast, so I was willing to work 6 days. I found out if you work 7 days, you get double pay for Sundays. I said, give me. If I worked 165 days straight, maybe I say 12 hours there and another 4 hours, 5 hours up at the college. So I had basically 2 hours a day to myself to take a shower and get sleep.
that's crazy. And then you were back at it.
But you got to do what you got to do.
It's nuts. It's just fucking nuts. Yeah, exactly. You do what you gotta do, and you know, I guess you sleep when you die, right?
You taking off, Jim? Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Well, I'm gonna go lay down for a little bit before I have to go.
Dude. Yeah, get some sleep. Hey, it was good talking to you. If I see you on here, I try and hook up with you so that you have somebody to talk to on here.
Right on, man. Sounds good.
All right, take care of yourself, and I'll see you the next time you're on.
Thank you.
All right, hey, Jim, take it easy.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming in. I'll catch y'all in a bit. Later.